Hey everybody, Christina Cola here. Some of you may be wondering why I look like shit right now, and well, that has something to do with the reason why I've been missing for the past 5 months or whatever it's been. I've actually started using crack. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't really started using crack, although if I did, it'd probably be better than what has been happening because that's an easy problem to fix. All I gotta do is just stop using crack, right? I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Crack addicts out there, you can just stop anytime, right? Is he serious? I don't know. Am I? You decide. Wait, this isn't Road Rants. This is me telling you where I've been for the past, like I said, 5 months, whatever it's been. I have been plagued by so many disasters these past few months that it's just unbelievable. And while I have filmed new material, including some new rants, I just haven't had the time or energy to edit them together into something acceptable to post. And as for doing new songs and magic, again, something I just have not had time for. It seems to be all my updates, isn't it? Whenever I give a video update, I'm going to do new stuff, but I don't have time. When? I don't know. But, well, let me just tell you about the most recent thing that's happened, starting from actually a bit back. Shortly after Road Rants went on hiatus while I was filming new material, I had my Marshall JVM 210. Actually, it blew a couple of tubes and a resistor. Took it in to get it fixed. And after I picked it up, after it had been fixed, I was on my way back, and I got rear-ended on the LIE, which was a whole lot of fun. 3-car accident, guy bumped me into the car ahead of me in heavy traffic, and it was pretty open and shut as far as liability. The guy accepted responsibility for not being able to stop in time. He said his foot slipped on the brake, and my truck wasn't too badly damaged, and I drove away from the scene. I wasn't hurt. And the only thing is that the tailgate door wouldn't open anymore, which makes it kind of hard to transport equipment when you have to be at rehearsals and recording sessions, don't you think? But even though the insurance matter was fairly simple, actually getting it repaired was a complete fiasco. It took me forever to find a body shop, and the first one I went to, within 30 seconds of talking to the guy there, I almost hit him because he was such a prick. But I found another one, and it took quite a while to get this taken care of, and I just got the truck back from the body shop last week. Ironically, the same week that it was in the body shop, Con Edison, the most inept company in the world, decided that it would be funny to knock down my goddamn phone lines while they were playing with the power lines, and then when I told them they did it, they go, "Oh, is it our fault?" And the same day that they finally fixed that, I got my truck back. And it actually had to go back in because there was one little overlooked detail. But the body shop did a great job, and I got my truck back. It was last Thursday, and today's Monday, and at least when I'm filming this. And then, I drove my truck. I was happy to have my truck back. I got a rental in the meantime. I actually filmed 2 rants from the seat of that rental. And while doing one of them, my camera fell and broke. And it was my main camera, not the HD camera that I usually use. The main camera that I use is not an HD camera, because I've said before I don't really care about HD. But the viewfinder is busted, and I've got to get that fixed. So I didn't have my camera with me yesterday, which was Sunday, the Sunday after getting my truck back, when some stupid idiot decided to blow a red light and ram me again. Last time the damage was in the back, this time it's in the front. Knocked the whole goddamn grill off my truck, knocked me into another car. Yet another 3-car accident. Actually, I think I bumped into that car, but she also did. And then look at me like it's my fault. What you do? What you do? So, my truck isn't going anywhere for at least 2 weeks, it turns out. Which is kind of inconvenient considering that on the 5th of March, which is exactly a week from today, I'm supposed to be seeing Van Halen in Philadelphia, and I was planning on driving there and spending a couple of days. So this is kind of an inconvenience, because even though I didn't have any problems with my rental car, it was kind of on the small side, okay? And I like driving a truck, if only so, like I've said in Road Rants, morons in compact cars are really not much of a threat to me. In this case, I was hit by a Toyota RAV4, which isn't exactly a compact car, but again, didn't stand up too well, wouldn't have stood up too well to my truck if she hadn't hit me right at the front. But anyway, and I don't want to talk too much about the accident since the insurance claim is still being processed, but make no mistake, it was 0% my fault. See, apparently some people don't understand that when you have the green arrow, that means you can make a left turn, and they're not supposed to go through the red light and hit you as you're making the left turn. Now, as far as other news goes, specifically concerning NYBD, or what used to be NYBD, we are finally getting some of the recording finished up. I still have to do the last of my guitars, and we have to do vocals. That's where I was heading yesterday, to a vocal recording session, which obviously didn't happen. We've, we're finally entering the home stretch of recording this record. I know it's taking forever. We also, we auditioned one new singer. Now, let me be clear about the new singer. V and Frankie want to get a new singer. I really don't think we need one. I think we can do okay as a trio. But I'm not necessarily opposed to having a new singer. But I certainly don't want to get somebody that looks like Ray and sounds like Ray or anything like that, because that'd just be blatantly not Ray. But if someone who can sing the songs and do them justice, if they can do them well enough, then that's fine. And we've been looking for people. We auditioned one singer who didn't work out, and we're looking for others to audition, but because of everything else going on, specifically me not being able to travel with my equipment, we haven't been able to audition anybody. And, we're also focusing mostly on getting things recorded. It's kind of hard to get the session schedule because everybody's schedule is so nuts, particularly Frankie. He works a lot. We do plan on having at least one record out by this summer, because if we don't, I mean, come on, it's taken this long already. I think it'd be time to pack it in. And considering that this is 2012, and it may be the last year of humanity's reign on this planet, I think now's the time to act. For the record, I'm not superstitious, but come on, look around you, people. Look what's going on in this country. How much longer do you think we can stay on our feet? Anyway, in other musical news, I've also been working on a few songs of my own outside of NYBD, recording them on my own, and a couple of them are almost finished, but not quite. Being the perfectionist I am, if I don't play every note of the solo exactly the way it's supposed to be played, it ain't good enough. Eventually I'm going to have to just make a decision. But we're working on that, and at least 3 of them will be posted here in due time. I want to make sure I get them right, and I'm actually planning on building a special guitar to play them on, because all 3 songs share a common theme, and one is actually, well, I'm going to present it to somebody involved in something that some of you may have heard of. Wow, I'm being vague and giving very little information. There's a reason for that. You'll see what it is. Hopefully, if I can finish it sometime before we're all dead. I know it takes me a long time to deliver on some of the things I say I'm going to do. Let me put it this way. A very long time ago, I used to be a popular fan fiction author. Yes, that's right. I am a fan fiction author, particularly concerning the Final Fantasy games, which I'm a big fan of. And, well, I planned a lot of projects, started a lot of projects, and this was like 10 years ago. Some of them still ain't finished. It's a blessing and a curse to be able to do with competence the amount of things that I'm able to do with competence. I mean, I can make a guitar, write a song on it, play the song on it, sing the song, write the drums and bass into it, mix it, produce it, shoot a video for it, edit the video together and post it on YouTube, build a website to show it on, and as long as I've got that website going, I may as well make a website that also showcases the close-up magic that I do, and maybe some of the stuff that I write. I am an author, and all these other things. And with all those different things that I do, all my varying interests, I never have time to finish anything. And it's a really hard thing to deal with. I am a bit undisciplined, and for many reasons, I can't just say, okay, this is what I'm going to do now, particularly when it comes to music. I can't say, okay, I'm going to write a song, I'm going to write it now. I can't do that. It's just completely impossible for me to function that way. I'll sit there and with the guitar in my hands and nothing will happen. So, that's a bit of personal information for you. Finally, I mentioned magic. I still perform occasionally. I always have my cards on me, but I haven't been doing it as much lately, and I have filmed some new performances, but for one reason or another, they're just not good enough. To the real magicians out there, and I say real magicians because there are a lot of really lousy amateur magicians on YouTube, but to the real magicians, I think you know how very difficult it can be to film close-up magic and really make it look good. And I've been plagued by those same difficulties as you have, I'm sure. And the final thing I should mention here is that since I am invested in the stock market and up to my neck in bills, I've been in pretty much a financial landslide lately, which doesn't make dealing with any of the aforementioned things any easier. So let's review. 2 car accidents, broken amp, a couple of guitars in need of repair, way too many projects at the same time, financial landslide. I have to buy a few little presents for myself, like Final Fantasy 13-2, and, use that to alleviate some of the stress a little bit, even though it just causes more stress because somehow I think the ending is going to suck. But anyway, that's on a whole other level. With all these things going on, it should not surprise you that I've been missing. I'm sitting on plenty of material that just isn't finished. I mean, I bought some new equipment that'll make it easier for me to shoot multi-angle video song performances, and I filmed a little demo video when I just got my Fender Strat. It's about time I got one of those, and I was just playing some blues over a backing track. I did 3 performances of it, and I still can't decide which is the one that I should go with because they all have their moments, and they all have their really sucky moments. So, this is the kind of stuff I'm stuck with. This is who some of you have chosen to subscribe to, people. I'm not completely inept. I'm just a perfectionist to the extent that it's crippling. But one thing I'm not is a quitter. Okay? I do intend to finish as much of this stuff as I can. Whether or not the world ends at the end of the year, I want to get at least a few more videos up of magic, of music, and some more road rants. I had no idea how long the show would continue for, how many episodes I do, but I have fun with it. It's a good way for me to vent, and, I'm in love with the sound of my own voice to the extent that my biggest fan is myself. Some of you probably aren't too surprised by that. Anyway, I could keep rambling here and prove to you just how in love with the sound of my own voice I really am, but now is as good a time as any to stop and just wrap it up. You will be seeing more content from me in the future. I just can't really guarantee when. Yeah, that's about where I stand. I'm Christina Cola, just in case you forgot, and I'll be seeing more of you soon, hopefully. Well, maybe not seeing more of you, but you'll be seeing more of me. I always say that, don't I? I always say, I'll be seeing more of you. But really, all I'm seeing right now is the Motion Eye camera on my laptop. I don't know. Can't see in there. I'm trying. Wait, is that? No, that's just my reflection. So, I guess I should say that you'll be seeing more of me.